I think social media has affected me like in a lot of positive ways. It's allowed me to get my brand and my name out there. It's allowed me to have a lot of contact with sponsors, and also the biggest thing for me is I have a lot of youngsters in the sport asking me questions, sending me videos, asking me for advice, not only on athletics, but like what would I do, you know, in this circumstance or whatever. And I think for me that's the biggest positive about it, is I'm really active at communicating with my followers, and it just allows them to communicate with me when they wouldn't normally. Like, how else would my fans or young pole vaulters or young athletes communicate with me? So I think social media is really brilliant in that respect. I've been quite unlucky with experiencing a little bit of abuse on social media, and I know a lot of people get negative comments. It's not unusual, but I think as an 18-year-old to have people comment on my appearance, my weight, saying that I looked unathletic and things like that was quite damaging as an 18, 19-year-old. And I think that is my bugbear with social media, is whilst people have access to you in a positive way, they also have easy access to you to be negative and comment where it's inappropriate. And I think for me it's been really important to learn on my journey how to deal with that, because when I was 19 and seeing that, I really took that personally, and I think it affected me for the last 15 years, and I think it will be something that affects me for the rest of my life, and I don't think people realise the damage a negative comment can cause. When I was young, I didn't really have any strategies, and we all wish we had experience to deal with it when it happens to you. And I think part of what I like to do is just share some of the strategies I've learned, because if I'd had them when I was 18, 19, I think I would have dealt with it a lot better. And I think going on a break from social media is good. Around important competitions, if you are a sports person, I usually take a week or 2 weeks off. In the past, I've had my husband or my mum or somebody download the Instagram app on their phone, and I send them, can you post this out with this picture? So they post it out and it's not on my phone, because I think social media, especially Instagram and Twitter, it can be quite addictive. And even if it's on your phone and you say, I'm not going to look at it, you'll just find yourself picking your phone up and you'll just find yourself scrolling and looking. And I think it can be very damaging and toxic. And for me, I'm never afraid to like mute people and mute accounts if it feels appropriate. And I think it's just really understanding what you use social media for, and it's not just about going on there and seeing how fabulous everyone else's life is, because it's really not reality. For me, some of the ways to deal with like social media, as soon as you get a negative comment, block the account, report the account. I always do that, especially on Twitter. I get a lot of abuse on Twitter. I think just having an understanding as to why you're using social media. You know, I think a lot of people have restricted access accounts, and you only accept people that you know, or you know are your friend, family, you know, someone who's nice. So you're getting that interaction with people who are supportive. And again, I think just social media is great on so many levels, but understanding that everyone's posting snippets of their most amazing day, most amazing moments looking the best, and it's just not real life and it's just not realistic. And whilst it can be used as an amazing tool, it's also can be quite damaging. So having your own strategies and coming off it and just understanding more about what it is that's on there is quite important. One of the toxic things about social media is like, I need to have this many followers, I need to have this many likes, because that's the only way sponsors will like want to sponsor me, is that if I have a massive presence. And I think what I've learned as an athlete, because I don't have tons of followers compared to a lot of other my competitors, because of the content that I post, you know, I think if you, as a female or a male, if you're a little bit more sexualized on your social media, you get more followers, which then you think equates to more opportunities, whereas actually being like an inspiration, your authentic self, showing that I do have like bad days, I do have, you know, I don't always look great. I'm very big on like, I do sweat when I'm training or when I'm competing, like I've got sweat patches, and that's not unattractive, I'm working hard. And I think sponsors are now and brands are now realizing it's not just about followers and likes, it's about the messages that you're conveying on social media and who you are as a person, not just about, oh, I've got like hundreds of thousands.